Platform Masters has undergone a lot of change since the last time I made a video of it. So what changes have I made? Well, you might be noticing the extra hills there. Yeah, the extra hills. So why did I do that? Well, these, from here to here, that's an awful big span without these in the middle. So, I added some extras in, and there's yet another reason for doing so. With its jumbo and supersized levels, heights like this wouldn't be all that unusual. And, well, even here, there's quite a obvious gap if you were to ignore these. Solution, add more in. It also produces a pretty nice looking effect, too. But there's more to it than just that, though, in addition. Yeah, the bounce is prone to bouncing, I know. Why else would I have called it the bounce ability? So what am I doing? Waiting for this thing. Yeah, I haven't added fallout and stuff yet either. Yep, I maxed this thing's speed up. So what's so special about this platform? It goes up, and up, and up, and up. Oh my goodness, this thing goes up so high. Yeah, he's tapping his foot waiting. You're probably thinking it's got something to do with the clouds, right? It does. Hey, that's interesting. That's pretty much what it's all about. But the clouds really need some considerable enhancements. And I mean considerable enhancements. What do I need for enhancements? Well, there's a sharp contrast from here over to where all the clouds are, right? I'm going to be fixing that. Trouble is, I'd have to sort of redo the clouds some, or at least just that particular channel, in a sense. Channel in quotes. What's with this pyramid of 32 by 1 platforms? Yep, but this is just what it looks like when you're in the clouds. Notice the height. Yep. I just wanted to show you that. But even then, there's still a lot more change that I've done. Need to really get going here. Long ways up all these. That's just that set of platforms that I created. Don't want to get up too high though. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Just remember the 30,000. A red spring. Pointing straight up too. Of course all the springs point up. What would you expect? And it leads up to another spring. The bad thing with bouncing springs is that you won't get as high. So that's another disadvantage with bounce. But now that you've seen that, yeah, I'm getting a lot of speed here. Everything in this game is exactly to scale. Clouds are 7,000 or so feet high. And this is what 1,000 miles an hour is really like. That's a lot of movement for just one normal drawing frame, actually, that is. But, hey, menus! That's the other thing I wanted to cover as well. Now, of course, this is just the debug menu, but it gives the idea on what the interface would otherwise be like. These are grayed up because, well, I haven't added those in yet. But notice the menu help at the bottom here? This really resembles that of the TSO 2.4, which is the only game I actually have officially released. But I would highly advise getting it because it's so poor in quality, and I mean bad. But this is much better. But you might be noticing these icons here. This one means there's a submenu. This one means there's numerical input present. Of course, I haven't added that functionality in yet, as it's grayed out here. This is just a sample of what things would look like, their current settings. Of course, I just haven't really modified anything here. It's just a direct string input. I haven't added that functionality, and it should say 6 Keveran Forest. And this is just clouds instead of collision detection. But I just wanted an example of what this would look like. Of course, you would think this is actually available, but I haven't added the enter key, because right now it doesn't do anything. Because I haven't added that functionality in yet. This I haven't added in yet either, because I really don't have the motive. Create or modify terrain. Huh? So what's the terrain all about then? Well, let's see, what button was that? If only I had the menus fully up and going, I'd use this. But I need to figure out which one of these buttons was it. Was it... Okay, that looks weird. That's because I haven't executed the draw. But Carnivalesta is also different looking too. Yep, really high up. And guess what you see? Sure looks different, those hills. Yep, there's even a lot more of them too. And if you look real closely, you can see another one right here. I just wanted to show you since I like the way the Keveran Forest's hills were, I figured I might as well add in do the same thing with Carnivalesta. Really looks nice, don't it? You can see all the extra hills here and reach above the clouds and all that. Of course, this color here seems a bit off. It's actually based on the actual fog color. But it's kind of questioned at the moment how to exactly go about doing that. Yeah, the thing about bounce is you get so much speed, which does take a while to cancel. Unless, of course, I do that part here just right. Ooh, boy, that was good. But you might also be noticing the stands here look different too. Notice the Jewel Mania. Throw rings to score points by landing on the jewels. Some previous players' scores of 34 and an 18. Various prizes if you get enough. There's even an advertisement on here of a new element they've got. Pay an extra $3 for an extra throw to help improve your score to get a better prize. It's generally statistically not worth it though. But it helps to get it better. If you're really good at throwing, it might give you a better chance to get the extra large. But there's only one ruby, 10 points. There's the caramel apples. There's donuts. I thought of funnel cakes from previous suggestions, but I saw they're kind of like donuts, so I figured I might as well make a donut stand instead. Giant pretzels, and I mean giant. Think of a piece of a dough extending 5 feet long, and then curling that up into the shape of a pretzel. That is big. I just thought I'd go a little crazy on that. Crazy ladders. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. It's actually in the shape of a dog, if you can see that. But in the tradition of platform masters, where you gotta get to the start, from the start platform to the goal platform, start, goal, you go from here, follow these sideways ladders, and eventually even diagonals. Yeah, boy, what crazy can you get? And the faster you go, the bigger the prize you get. There's a taco stand here, if you can see that behind the light. And there's also fried chicken. I was running out of ideas for these two, so... But otherwise, I've got it more filled up. Still, I'm kinda short on the rides, however. And you might be noticing here, what's with this dark here, and what's with this? Well, that's actually one of the effects. Remember, well, it's kind of hard to see with this. Do you remember this? Well, eventually that will become terrain. You're probably thinking from TSO3's encounters that I had with serious problems with frame rates and 25,000 draws and the such, which is going to result in like a 7 frames per second frame rate. Absolutely terrible. But Platform Masters, the clouds will use like 4 or 5 times more draws than that. So it's otherwise no problem. And that's basically what that is all about. You might also be noticing that the roller coaster tracks are different too. Not much different, but the loop-de-loop is certainly different. It's kind of hard to see though. Gotta love looking up and down, you never know what you might find. But one of the differences is that I've changed the supports, so I add this cross beam. It's kind of hard to see though. It's visible here and on these other ones here too. But notice the loop-de-loop is different. It's more in the shape of an egg. Of course, I'll need to get lower to the ground for that. Can you see it better now? It's basically now an egg shape in a sense. Of course, with all the activity in the area, you kind of expect a lot of detail. But let's see, what was Nodera Ice Shelf? Was it this one? Boy, do I need to get the menus in. Here we go. Yep, Nodera Ice Shelf is otherwise not changed, except for one thing. This. Yeah, this is actually one movement frame. Noticing how the 192 is? This is 192 based on one movement frame. It's no wonder why you need several thousand mph in order to actually start falling through a platform like this. That's the breaking point for the collision detection system. But you saw Keveran Desert and rock cliffs going out like this here, right? Well, Nodera Ice Shelf now has that. Originally it was like this. But that actually just enhances the realism. I just wanted to show that. I know I haven't added the functionality in for the water. Figures I missed it. Otherwise, nothing else is different here. And, well, I guess that's otherwise it. This video was created by Ulillillia. Thank you for watching.